Hello! So this is a tutorial on how to use the new briefing camera entity. So as you can see on this map, instead of having the usual default background of a Jacobs map, we have a camera which shows the map itself on which we play on. So in this specific example, we have 3 camera positions from which it swaps to randomly. So this is the first one, for example. Then it will switch soon. Here it switched to the second position, and it switches to between 3 positions randomly. So since Accident 32 campaign will be included as official, that means the script for this camera thing will also be included so that the other mappers can use it. And in this tutorial I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. It's actually pretty easy. So as you can see, this is actually the beginning of the map. Yeah. So let's make the same effect on another map, confined facility. Now, first what you want to do is choose the camera positions where you want them to be. So let's see, I think first one should be somewhere here, second one perhaps here, third one maybe here. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm not gonna try to make the positions look good, just gonna make them fast. So, but in general I think you should place the camera position somewhere in the beginning of the map, so that you don't spoil the map for the player, right? So you don't spoil what they will go through next. So what you want to do is first actually create a camera which is called RD briefing camera, and call it camera briefing. It doesn't actually matter what you call it, but I will call it camera briefing. And you actually want to place it anywhere. It doesn't matter where you place it, because it will be teleported if you did everything correctly. So next, as you have a camera anywhere, you go through the places where you want it to be, where you want it to teleport. So as I said, first place somewhere here. So create another one, place it where you want, and rotate it how you want it to be. Oh, you have to actually rotate it down first, so it rotates correctly. So something like this. So what you do next is, once you have the position selected, by the way, to see more or less how it will look like, you just try to go in the middle of the entity and try to look through it. So more or less this is how it will look like. So once you have it in the position you want, what you do is you change its class. You change it to info target. So these angles carry over, and this is what's important. And the way you name it is with this format. You name it cam target, then you put an underscore, and then you put the number of it. So this one is the first one, it will be number 1. So the cameras have by default 75 field of view, right? And if you want this camera to have a different field of view, you add another underscore and the number of the field of view. So if you want field of view 85, you just type 85. And if you want the standard field of view, you just leave it like this, without the second underscore. But if you want a different field of view, type the second underscore and the number of the field of view. So field of view 85 in this case. So one position is done, easy as that. Now go to the second position, place the camera again, rotate it the way you want. Let's see. Yeah, mostly all the time you probably have to rotate it to look it down, so that it looks down. This looks alright, I think. Okay, not gonna waste too much time. So do the same three. Info target, class name, cam target, and this time 2. And I wanted to have 75 FOV, so I don't do anything else. Okay, now the third camera. Let's put it here. Yeah, now look through it. How does it look like? Make some changes if you want. Where is it? Oh, it's here. So yeah, this looks good. So this will be the third one, so info target, cam target 3, and you can make any amount you want. It will work up to 10 billion or something, so, but you probably don't have time in the universe to add 2 billion of them. So this one I want the FOV to be let's say 65, so add the underscore and type 65. So the camera positions are done, and now to make this camera teleport, you do that by including the script. So I wrote the script a couple hours ago, and you just need to call this function and it will work. So first you include the script, so you type the name of it, briefingcamera.nut. Make sure you don't make any spelling mistakes, so that it's definitely this name. So add it into entity scripts. So now it has this whole script, this entity has it, and we need to execute the init camera function. So either find a logic auto entity or create another one yourself. And I want this camera to start working when the map spawns, so that's why I'm doing it in the logic auto entity. So go to outputs, add on map spawn, type the name of the entity, which is camera briefing, type run script code, and here make sure you don't make a typo. Init camera. There. And now this will work. It will loop through the places randomly. So it can go to place 1, then to place 3, then to 1, then to 2. It goes randomly between 3 of them. And what's important is it goes randomly between 3 of them every 3 seconds specifically. So if you want to change how it works, you need to add different parameters. So if you have no parameters, it's 3 seconds and goes through randomly between all of them. And if you want to make it, for example, 8 seconds, you just add the parameter 8. If you want it to be a random time, not a specific time like 8 seconds, you add a second parameter, The first is the minimum value and the second one is the maximum value. So for example, between 5 and 12. With this, it will go randomly through the camera positions, and it will choose a time between 5 and 12 seconds. So it could be 5, it could be 6, it could be 7.5, could be 9.8, or it could be 12. Anywhere in between that. So I hope that's clear. And one more thing, if you want the cameras to go not randomly between positions, but if you want them to go specifically in the order you place them, so this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. If you want it to teleport to the first one, then to the second one, then to the third one, and then again to the first one, second and third one, specifically in this order, what you do is you add the third parameter, which is false. Just type the word false here. So again, just to be clear, it chooses a random time between 5 and 12, for example 9, and then teleports from 1 to 2. Then again chooses a random time, for example 6, teleports to the 3. Again random time, teleports to the 1. And if you want it to not be random anymore, if you want it to specifically teleport in order every specific amount of time, what you do is make the second parameter 0. So this way it goes from 1 to 2 in 5 seconds, from 2 to 3 in 5, from 3 to 1 again in 5. So I hope that was clear, because it's very important, the meaning of these parameters. You can also read them in the script, but if it wasn't clear, maybe this will be more clear, I'm not sure. So let's see how it works. In this case, as I said, it should go in order, switching between the cameras every 5 seconds. Let's compile the map. So we just loaded into the map, and as you can see, we are now on the third position, and this is how it looks like. Now we went to the first one again, and it goes around every one of them every 5 seconds, just exactly as it was supposed to work with our parameters. So if you have any questions in the comments, ask them in the comments, and happy mapping. See ya.